Good afternoon, my friends. This is just a very kind of boring technical amendment that just fixes a few mistakes in this bill. After the last, what's it been, 3 months or so getting to know all of you, I can only presume the intent of this bill is to help Iowans. I've met so many of you, and I've met so many of you who know that you're good-natured, good-hearted people, and were sent here and came here to help out those who share this state with us. And so knowing your good intent of helping Iowans, I just was looking through the bill and saw just a few errors, and so I just wanted to offer an amendment to correct some of those errors, because knowing your good nature and acknowledging that 1 in 10 Iowans don't know where the next meal is coming from, the way that things are now, 1 in 10 Iowans doesn't know is food insecure. Many of them children. I would presume with your good nature that any sort of reform we do to our public assistance would try to bring more people out of hunger in our state. And in us learning that the LSA forecasts that 2,800 Iowans would instead be losing food benefits under this bill, I can only presume that that goes counter to your good-hearted intent, and therefore this amendment fixes that small error. Knowing your good nature and wanting to help lift our fellow Iowans out of poverty, and knowing that in order to get out of poverty, we need to, the keys are financial planning and savings, to have that money for a rainy day, to have a little bit of extra money to get out from under perhaps a predatory landlord, to get out from under perhaps a predatory lender who lent you a line for 20%. To get under, to maybe save up so that the first child in your family and an entire lineage might be able to afford education after high school, lift them out of poverty, and acknowledging that imposing asset testing goes counter to that prevents people from building a ladder out of poverty. I can only presume that's not your intent, and so this amendment helps fix that small error for you. And knowing that this good-hearted body wants every Iowan to be healthy and acknowledges that in order to retain wealth, you must retain your health. And acknowledging that about 2/3 of personal bankruptcy comes from huge medical expenses. And seeing that the LSA forecast that 8,000 Iowans would be deprived of health insurance if this bill were to pass, surely that is not the intent of this good-hearted legislative body, so I fixed that error for you with this amendment. And then knowing you are all good stewards of tax dollars, and that this was designed in order to save money. And sure enough, state dollars, by the time this is rolled out fully in fiscal year 2027, we may be saving $8 million in state funds. You've also studied the LSA's note to find that we're also forfeiting some over $40 million in federal funds that are feeding and insuring Iowans. They say you got to spend money to make money. Well, this was a pretty dang good deal. And surely those of your calculus would not want to lose out on a good deal to take care of our people. Give that money to other states. So this simple amendment fixes that. This simple amendment transforms the errors of this bill, which make it a pro-hunger, pro-poverty bill, and changes it by using a strike after and turns it into an anti-hunger bill by allocating $1 million to HHS to help folks who still can't get enough food on the table. And with that, I urge your support. Thank you.